beloved chosen one. This moment is not random, and it is not small. You were held here by the hand of heaven because your miracle has already begun to move, even if your eyes are still adjusting to the light of it. Something in your spirit has been restless, and that restlessness is not confusion. It is a holy interruption. God is refusing to let you sleep through the hour that carries your answer. What once felt delayed is now being drawn toward you with divine precision. And the reason this feels different is because it is different. This is not another emotional wave. This is the turning of a page you thought would never come. You have walked through silent battles that few people ever understood. You kept going while carrying disappointment, prayer fatigue, and the ache of waiting. There were days when you smiled in public but wrestled in private. Nights when you asked God if heaven had gone quiet. Yet even in those hidden hours, your steps were being arranged. Every closed door taught your spirit discernment. Every delay trained your heart not to depend on appearances. Every tear watered ground you could not yet see. Now the seed is breaking open. The word of God declares in the book of Isaiah, chapter 43, verse 19. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? This is why you must pay attention now. The miracle is not only in what arrives, it is also in what awakens inside you when you realize God has been moving all along. The enemy wanted you numb, distracted, and ready to settle for less. But heaven has stepped in with mercy and power. You are being called to recognize what is opening before you. Do not reduce this moment to coincidence. Do not talk yourself out of expectancy. The same God who preserved you in the wilderness knows how to announce your new season at the exact second you are able to receive it. And because this word is meeting you at the right time, honor it, receive it deeply, and help it reach another soul who may be hanging by a thread today. Gently, like this message, share it with someone who needs confirmation. Subscribe if you are meant to keep walking in these words. And if your heart is led to support this work through giving, do so as an act of gratitude rather than pressure. Let your response be sincere, not forced. At the end, comment 777 as your sign that you are awake, willing, and ready to receive what heaven refuses to let you miss. You begin to understand now that the pain was never empty. It was not proof that you were abandoned. It was preparation. The very wounds you tried to hide became the chambers where endurance was formed, where discernment was sharpened, where your spirit learned how to cling to God when nothing around you made sense. What felt like loss was often separation. What felt like punishment was often protection. Heaven was not ignoring you in those hard seasons. Heaven was shaping your capacity so that when the miracle arrived, you would not mishandle it, fear it, or give it away out of insecurity. There were things you once begged for that would have crushed the version of you that existed back then. There were doors you wanted opened before your character had the strength to stand behind them. So God, in His wisdom, let time do its holy work. He allowed the fire to refine what comfort never could. He let the waiting expose what still needed healing. He let betrayal reveal where you had placed trust too quickly. He let loneliness teach you that His presence can hold you when no human hand remains. None of that process was wasted. It was building a vessel strong enough to carry what is sacred. You have cried over places that were only temporary. You have mourned people who were never assigned to walk into your next chapter. You have questioned your value because of rejection, but rejection was not the measure of your worth. It was often the evidence that your calling could not fit into ordinary spaces. The reason some rooms could not hold you is because your destiny was larger than their understanding. The reason some hands released you is because they were never meant to carry what God marked as holy. as the prophet wrote in the scroll of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3. For still the vision awaits its appointed time. It hastens to the end, it will not lie. If it seems slow, wait for it. It will surely come. It will not delay. This is the truth settling over your life now. The waiting was not denial. The slowness was not absence. The appointed time was moving toward you even when the days felt motionless. Every lesson, every bruise, every hidden prayer was preparing you to receive with maturity what once would have overwhelmed you. So you do not need to resent the road behind you. You can bless it, because it carried you here, and here, at last. You are no longer merely surviving the process. You are standing at the edge of the promise that the process prepared you to hold. Now the moment becomes sharper, because preparation always leads to decision. A miracle may be sent by heaven, but you still must answer it with obedience. This is where many hesitate, not because they do not want blessing, but because obedience often demands that you release what has become familiar. It asks you to step without having every detail. It asks you to trust the voice of God above the noise of fear, memory, and human opinion. And this is exactly where you are standing now. The door is opening, but you must walk through it with a surrendered heart. There is something powerful about this hour because it is exposing the difference between wishing and yielding. You have prayed for change. But now heaven is asking whether you are ready to move with that change. Some habits cannot come with you. Some attachments cannot survive your next season. Some patterns of delay, self-doubt, and second-guessing must be laid down now. The miracle is near, but obedience is the bridge. What God is doing in your life will not be sustained by emotion alone. It must be met with alignment. This is why the pressure feels intense. Your spirit knows that this is not a casual crossroads. One choice strengthens your destiny, and the other extends your wilderness. One response says yes to God even before you understand everything, and the other clings to comfort until the moment passes. That is why you must not treat this lightly. Heaven is not calling you to panic. Heaven is calling you to clarity. You already know where compromise has been whispering. You already know where hesitation has been stealing time. You already know the area where God has been asking for trust. The prophet Elijah spoke as recorded in the first book of Kings, chapter 18, verse 21. How long will you go limping between two different opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him. That word cuts through the fog with holy precision. This is the hour to stop wavering. The blessing is not for the divided heart that keeps one foot in obedience and one foot in retreat. The blessing rests on the one who decides. You do not need to know the full map before taking the next faithful step. You only need to stop negotiating with the thing God already told you to release. Once you do, peace will return, strength will rise, and the path will become clearer than it has been in a long time. At the end of this moment, leave this simple comment: my yes stands. Write it because your words matter. Let that phrase become your witness that hesitation no longer rules you, and let it mark the place where your obedience becomes stronger than your fear. What is happening around you now is deeper than circumstance. The tension, the resistance, the sudden heaviness that tries to settle over your mind when breakthrough is near, none of it is meaningless. There is a battle surrounding your next step, because what is being released through your life carries consequences beyond what you can currently measure. Darkness does not contend so fiercely over what is empty. It reacts when something holy is about to emerge. When a person who has been pressed, purified, and prepared is nearing the place of visible fulfillment. This is why certain attacks intensified when you came closest to peace. This is why confusion tried to arrive just as clarity was forming. This is why old fears, forgotten wounds, and strange discouragement attempted to rise again when your spirit had finally begun to stand tall. The enemy studies patterns, hoping to use familiar pressure to pull you back into old agreements. But this time, something is different. You are not fighting from the same level of weakness. You are no longer the person who first entered the storm. You have been trained in hidden places. You have learned how to remain when everything in you wanted to run. You have discovered that survival was only the beginning. Now authority is being born. Do not mistake warfare for abandonment. Do not assume that opposition means you have missed God. Very often, the presence of resistance is the clearest sign that your movement matters. The closer you come to freedom, the louder the chains try to sound. The closer you come to peace, the harder panic tries to imitate discernment. The closer you come to your miracle, the more urgently darkness tries to create weariness. But weariness is not your ruler now. Fear is not your prophet. Delay is not your future. The apostle reminds us in his letter to the Corinthians, chapter 2, verse 9, "What no eye has seen, nor ear heard, nor the heart of man imagined, what God has prepared for those who love him." That is why the battle has been so fierce. There are things prepared for you that cannot be fully predicted by human understanding. There is restoration that your past could not imagine. There is strength forming in you that your former self would not recognize. There is a kind of peace coming that does not depend on the behavior of others, and a kind of favor coming that will make your old limitations look small in the light of what God has decided to do. So let the battle reveal the value of what is near. Let resistance confirm that your life is carrying weight in the spirit. You are not being crushed at the edge of breakthrough. You are being proven there. And what survives this pressure will not merely recover. It will rise with a steadiness that hell itself failed to break. And now you arrive at the place where all the stretching, all the waiting, all the hidden formation begins to make sense. This is not merely the end of a hard chapter. This is the entrance into a crowned season, a time when what has been forged in secret starts to stand in the light. You are not stepping into this moment as the same person who once begged for rescue. You are stepping forward as someone marked by endurance, refined by fire, and taught by the hand of God. The weakness that once made you question yourself has been transformed into dependence on heaven, and that dependence has become your strength. There is a dignity settling over your life now, not pride, not performance, but the quiet authority of someone who knows they were carried through what should have destroyed them. You do not need to prove your calling to everyone. You do not need to chase validation from people who could not discern what God placed on you. The season ahead is not built on striving. It is built on alignment. What belongs to you will recognize you. What heaven has appointed will not be confused by your past. The doors opening now are responding to who you have become in God, not to who others assumed you were. The ancient words recorded in Romans still echo today. Chapter 8, verse 18. "For I consider that the sufferings of this present time are not worth comparing with the glory that is to be revealed to us." Hold that truth close because it explains the scale of what is before you. The suffering was real, but it was never final. The pain had weight, but the glory carries greater weight. The loss had a voice, but revelation speaks louder. You are moving into a season where heaven's faithfulness will answer years of questions without needing to explain every delay. Some things will simply become clear because the fruit will speak for itself. Peace will speak. Restoration will speak. Open doors will speak. The strength in your eyes, the steadiness in your spirit, and the authority in your walk will speak. So do not shrink now. Do not apologize for the light God is increasing over your life. This is your hour to stand, to receive, and to move with holy confidence. What once looked impossible is no longer above God's reach, and what once seemed distant is now pressing near. You were preserved for this unveiling. You were sustained for this rising. And because this word bears witness with your spirit, comment 515 below as your number of confirmation, a sign that you are stepping into your crown season with expectation, humility, and unwavering faith. If this message has rested on your spirit like dawn touching a long-closed field, then let your light be the first lantern you lift in the quiet, a tender signal that this light truly reached your heart. Let your share become a doorway left open in the storm, so another soul wandering through the rain may find warmth before giving up. Let your comment be a small stone laid on the altar of remembrance, a mark that says heaven met you here and you did not walk away unchanged. If this voice has become a place where your spirit can breathe again, let your subscribe be like returning to a well that never shames your thirst, only welcomes it. And if love rises in your heart to donate, let it be like placing oil in the lamp so this flame can keep burning for those still searching in the night. Some responses are not duties. They are beautiful offerings, given freely, like petals laid before a door God has opened.